Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston, Chester. I'm glad to hear this Friday morning. Everybody getting ready for a big weekend in the outdoors, and we're just bringing you the best we can on what to do and some success and fun you're going to have in the outdoors, and trying to keep you updated on everything going on. Right now, we're looking at a nice day. Looks like a 83 high, low 66, water temperature 73. The only negative thing on our weather is just really dry. You understand about the burn ban. Don't be burning anything outdoors, and I don't even like to do a barbecue outdoors in this kind of weather. But you know, the two driest months of the year, October and May. October in the fall and May in the spring. That's the two driest months year after year, according to all of our records that we've kept from way back. So keep that in mind. We'll start getting some June rain hopefully soon. Our river reading is brought to us by Mountain Dew. Take it outside and do. The Apalachicola Bluntstown is reading a 9.5 this morning, looking great for tomorrow. The Choctaw Caryville 3.9. It's dropped another foot since Wednesday. So both rivers are looking really well for this kind of this time of year. And we're going to talk about this later on now about the mayflies, but we don't want to get into detail right now, but y'all remember that word mayfly, okay? The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemeteries right here on 23rd Street. The low tide is at 1:36 this morning, coming in all the way this afternoon to almost 3 o'clock. So it's going to be a great day to fish. In fact, right for the show I'm going. I just convinced me right there. I mean, we got an incoming tide. Lord have mercy. Fishing game time, the time is going to be from 7:45 to 9:45. See, I can get up there right now, 7:45 to 9:45, and that's going to be perfect. And then 8:07 to 10:07 tonight. I may just keep on going. I brought to you about Blue Water Outriggers down in Port St. Joe. Good folks down there. Let's take our break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. You know, I haven't shown you many offshore pictures. People have been going a little bit, not many people, but some folks have been going. So I just want to show you a couple of outdoor offshore pictures. And Scott Lindsay sent these to me. His boys, Jason and Jeremy, are good outdoorsmen, just like their dad. They fish a lot, and they know what they're doing and know where to go. And they went the other day sort of scouting for grouper season. Of course, they had to release all these grouper, but check this out. You're talking about some fine grouper. That's one picture there. Look in the back of the boat there, out there in a little 25-foot boat. As you see how it was the wind did lay for them. Uh-oh, look at this picture. The tax man. The tax man was here, the big shark. Now, that was a big grouper. He bit that grouper right there. I mean, don't they know, it's amazing how they know how to bite them. Then they sometimes come out and get the head and everything. But you can see the sizes. There were some really good, all these are big old legal grouper. And they released all of them, even the one cut in half. But good job, the Scott Lindsay's boys, Jeremy, Jason, their buddies. Good job there. Now let's go. I want you to, you old timers, remember we talk a lot about the Carter craft here in Panama City and how what a legacy of a boat that he built back in. It was a runabout boat, you know, a pleasure boat, ski boat, and that kind of boat. But the go-to fishing boat was the old Kennedy craft, and a lot of y'all remember the Kennedy craft. You couldn't get on a Saturday in the spring and summer. There was not a body of water that you could get on without seeing a Kennedy craft back in the 60s and 70s. They came out of, for a long time I thought they were made there in Panama City, but actually they were made over in Destin. And actually, Mr. Richmond Kennedy built it right there. It started in the backyard. It had a frame and all. He had it from mid to early 60s on into 1972. And then he didn't copyright it or anything, didn't get a patent or anything. He actually ended up selling the mold, and the mold was passed around. There were a lot of knockoffs of the Kennedy craft, and people kept making Kennedy craft, but that was the originals were back then, but they were still made the same way. What a legendary boat. Well, a friend of mine over there, well, a lot of y'all know him, you see him on TV, the athletic director there, Arnold High School, Rick Green. He loves to fish, loves to go down Howard Creek. Well, look at here, read this right here. Winston, this is Rick Green. we talked about, well, I ran into him a while back. He said, I forgot to send pictures of the Kennedy craft. As the farmers say, I'm on the short rows now. And look at what here, he had been working on this Kennedy craft for a good while. Check it out. Here's a picture there. Okay, check it out right there. That's a good picture. That's on the side. You see the Kennedy craft emblem. Got new seats and just working a completely do-over and makeover. And what a beautiful boat and what a piece of the Panhandle history and heritage that Rick Green is going to have. And I was able to find one old picture. Check out this picture. And this sort of gives, this is from 1967. Okay, this is over in Destin. Isn't this cool? This Destin Chamber of Commerce did this in 1967. Win this beautiful boat and trailer built here in Destin by Kennedy Craft. And the donation, you donated $1, and you don't have to be present win, and they're going to give it away. But in 1967, that's a throwback to those days. So good job, Rick Green. I'm so proud of you for redoing your Kennedy Craft. And there are a lot of people. They're much sought after boats. So for those folks who are not from around here, it was the Carter Craft here in Panama City and the Kennedy Craft over there in Okaloosa and Walton County, and it spread all over South Alabama and Florida. The Kennedy Crafts were very popular because they were such good boats. So anyway, good job, Rick Green. Thank you for sharing those pictures. Now let's move on. We got to get in a situation now. We have Safe Boating Week. So I had some friends of mine. They're going to come on the show and talk about it. But check this out. Okay, this Safe Boating Week, it actually starts. Guess when it starts? Tomorrow. They do a whole week of this. Safe Boating Week. We were going to come on the show. I had Michael Fitzgerald, the local flotilla commander, was going to come on this week and talk about it. But of course, we were not able to get into the studio. So this is the information now on Safe Boating Week. Saturday, I'm going to pass it out to you. Saturday, May 16th, they have a course and a vessel safety check. Of course, they're not doing it this year. Sunday, talk about essential gear. This is on the websites. Monday, wear your life jackets to work. So be sure everybody wear your life jacket to work Monday. All right. Tuesday, they're going to concentrate on boating under the influence. Wednesday, they're talking about the weather. And then Thursday, environmental factors. And then Friday be situational awareness. We always do, Safe Boating Week is always a week before Memorial Day. Years ago in the 60s and 70s, they did Safe Boating Week, but it was the week of July 4th, and they decided with so many people going out in Memorial Day and everybody going out to do it then. It's just a great thing to have. So we'll talk about safe boating and we may next week hit some of these spots here because it's also National Weather Service. They work with NOAA and all the other agencies that work together, flotillas and all. And National Weather Service is going to be talking about marine forecast, weather radio, marine lightning, and all kind of things. And so just be aware of boating safety. Wear that life jacket. I know most of y'all are really good about it. Wear that life jacket at all times. But check. We're going to talk about this. Check your flares and make sure they're updated and all these things that a lot of us just take for granted. And we'll leave the boat up all winter, and then all of a sudden we'll jump on our boat and we got this light's not working here, the light's not working there. If you're out floundering and everything now, make sure you're well lit up. That floundering trip that I took last week with Jeff, he just had his boat. I think I'm at an airport. His boat's so well lit up, so it was really good. So I hope you enjoyed that video yesterday. You saw the lighting I was talking about. So anyway, Safe Boating Week starts actually tomorrow. It'll be all the next week, and just be aware of it and safe operation of it. And we would teach safe boating in our outdoor ed class, and all the kids. We spent a whole week on it too, and I saved all the newspaper articles for the past 20 or 30 years of all the boating accidents in the Florida Panhandle, especially here in Bay County. And some of them were just pure tragic. And I'll have the kids talk about it, how it happened, or speed or alcohol or whatever. And it really got their attention because they'd give a report on it because they could sort of relate to real people. And they donated some time to make it better. So anyway, safe boating was a big deal. Then we gave them a test, and I told you before, they got a safe boating certificate, and we'd play Pomp and Circumstances on the phone, and then they would come in, and I would hand them their diploma, which was a safe boating license. I miss those days. Those kids, a lot of them send me a picture, they still got the safe boating license. So anyway, let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Got an email on here from a viewer, Chuck Kirsten, and let me just read part of it. I won't read the whole thing. Hey, Winston, I really enjoy your show and will consider myself just slightly beyond the novice status as fishing goes. With you currently working from home and away, and as so many of us are, I would enjoy seeing a special on how you set up rigs and various forms of fishing. I fish from kayak mainly in the bays and would like to see how to properly set up for some bottom fishing and slow trolling and surf fishing. So we're going to work on that. Like I say, we've shown this stuff in the past, but this is something we just need to show periodically because we get new viewers coming in and wanting to learn how. So we'll do that. And so I got to thinking, and thank you, Chuck, for sending that. We went on to talk about some more stuff. Chuck, thank you for sending that email. We always appreciate the feedback. Now what we're going to do, so I looked at one of my how-to videos, and one of the early ones I did was how to catch sand fleas, and this is for surf fishing, but you can also fish from kayak with sand fleas, especially out there in some good water and all. So how to catch sand fleas, I looked at it, and it's still pertinent today. In fact, what saved the sand fleas, what helped them a lot, was when fish bites came out, and people started everybody fishing fish bites, including me. But what hurts the sand fleas is this beach renourishment. No doubt in my mind, you don't have to give me any kind of scientific data because I've gone every year for 50 years looking for sand fleas. And when the beach renourishment comes, it sort of just squashes them for a good while. And they'll gradually build way back and then they'll beach renourish it. So anyway, it is what it is. So we're going to move on. This video is how to catch sand fleas, and it's a good one. So you're going to enjoy it. We're going to come back. We're going to do our drawing for our seafood and also do the famous Friday fishing forecast. So it's a little short video here. So Jeff, let's roll this one. Okay, we're on the beach today. We're going to show you how to catch sand fleas. And it's funny, the other day I talked about it in the studio, and the lady, Sue, in the control room thought sand fleas were these little things on a dog, but listen, they're great bait. So we're going to show you how to catch them. Remember, we're going to look for it. First of all, they all have antennas, and they come up out of the sand. They're hard to find, but remember, they're in clumps. They sort of in families, or colonies maybe. And we'll go down beach and show you. Basically, the only equipment you're going to need is this little wire basket right here. Very simple. This came out of my wife's kitchen. We used to cook French fries in it. We don't eat French fries anymore, so we just use this just for sand fleas. So this is really only equipment, so we're going to sort of scoop them up under the sand. So come on. Okay, what I'm going to do, we look at when the waves are coming back in. You may not see it now. There's a little group of them sort of right down in there. They're coming up as the waves go back in. I'm going to run down there and point them out to you, and then before I try to get any. Go right there. Notice what they'll do. They go right back in the sand. What we'll do is catch about 4 nice big ones right here. It'll be good bait. Let me take one out and show you what they look like. Okay. That's a sand flea right there. I'm gonna put them on the ground. I'm gonna show you how fast they are. Okay. Then they dig into the sand. They'll dig into the sand. You'll lose them if you're not careful. They have little antennas on them. They'll play possum on your hoop. See the antenna right there? We'll let this go in the sand. Now watch you dig. You may have lost him. Right there. See the little antennas right there? That's sort of what you look for. That's how they, actually how they eat. He's going deeper. He's going deeper, but he's still there. See him right there? Okay. Great sand flea. Right there. Good pompano, baby. We're going to talk about some more in a minute. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not a bad scoop right there. There's all the antennas coming up, and these are good healthy ones this time of year. One thing I like to do, if I find a female with the eggs, I don't know if you can see the yellow part inside here. Okay, that's a female, and she's starting to have some eggs. I usually turn around and let these go back. I'm gonna release this one back in the surf. We need to say this be like having a big bass you catching with some eggs in it. So we're gonna let that one go. This is also how they dig. This, don't get this protrusion. See how they dig so fast right here? We're gonna let this mommy go. Okay, now once you catch a few, you wanna be able to keep them healthy. And what you do now is put them in a small bucket of sand. If you can see these right here, have a little bit of wet sand. These are some I just caught on that last scoop. They're pretty lively. I just dump them in there. I got a couple little ones, I'll let them go. You can see how they'll dig up into the sand, and they'll stay safe. And one thing you do not want to do, a lot of people make this mistake, you put water in here, they'll actually drown. They can't really stay in the water the whole night. So I can keep these today and fish with them, and keep them overnight and fish with them tomorrow, and they'll stay healthy. The ones that don't use, I sort of let go. Well, Panhandle Outdoors on St. Joseph Peninsula, how to catch sand fleas. See you later. Okay, welcome back. The first thing we want to do now is draw for our Tarpon Dock Seafood, and we've got to move along. Hope you enjoyed that video. This is going to be for the $20 gift certificate, and winner's going to be all the way from Weewall, Carol Stringfella. You're right here, Carol. Congratulations on $20. And remember, they open on Sunday afternoons now. And the winner of the Big Red Snapper from Cottondale, Mary Melvin. So 2 ladies here, the winner from Weewall and Cottondale. We're glad to have you all as viewers, and hope you enjoy that. Let's get on with our famous Friday fishing forecast. I took it last night, I was putting it together. I said, you know, I'd say good here, this is good here, but I want to be more specific. I'm thinking about going like category 1 through 5, you know, with 5 being the highest and strongest and 1 being the weakest. So at times I may throw out a number, and the first thing I thought of was freshwater fishing, and brim fishing is out of 5. And bass fishing is out of 5 right now. So it's really good. The ponds all around the Panhandle, the lakes and all, and even the creek fishing for bass has been really, really good. So that's a 5. And mayflies, so I put an asterisk by mayflies. They're going to start busting out probably next week or 2. We'll get some reports, and we'll talk about it more next week about the mayflies. Getting into inshore trout, I would give trout a 3.5. I'd give redfish a 4. The trout, now remember, in FWC, I got to get back with them. Well, they need to get with me really on the limits and all. I believe our trout limit is 3, and it's 15 to 19 inches. You got to just stay up on it, and they're not. We're not getting worried about it because a lot of people are still keeping 10 trout, 5 and 10 trout if 2 people on a boat. Pompano is really strong. Pompano is winding down now, but it's been at a 4 to 5 for the past couple of weeks, and I would say this weekend it's going to be at a 5. Flounder, you saw the video yesterday. Floundering has been steady. It's not really hot right now, but we were able to get. Let's see, last week we got 7, and the boat with us. You saw the boat with us. They got 9. I thought it was the coolest thing. There were just 2 boats on St. Joe Bay that night. Just 2 boats on the whole bay. We were able to see around it real clear and all. And both boats were from northern Holmes County up there in Westville. Drove 2 hours just to go floundering in St. Joe Bay. But like Danny Raphael said, that's a special, pristine bay, and hope we can keep it that way. So anyway, the flounder, but you can catch it. A lot of people are catching flounder. Again, on flounder, remember now, they're going to be on the edges of the troughs and all, coming in and out of some deep water on into shallow water, like Deep Water Point and all. And that's a good place to go. Okay, here's some other things I wrote down. I also wrote down, be sure, if you're new and all and just want to learn how to fish, go with some of these inshore captains. We've got some great captains. I'm not going to start calling out names. I know almost every one of them, and I've known them for a long time. I've known them since most of them were kids, and they're conscientious. They care about the fishery. They care about their customer, and it's a wonderful situation. So, and then offshore, I just saw Billy Arthur has a couple of openings now for the red snapper. That month of June, he's booked solid, but he had a couple of cancellations. So if you want to get in on some fantastic, upper level, category 10 red snapper fishing, get with Billy Arthur on the Seminole Wind. The Kelly family, Benji Kelly and those guys, John Law and those guys, they're great offshore fishermen. So hook up with them. Also wrote down boat ramps now. All the boat ramps are open. The state park boat ramps are open. All the boat ramps that I know of are open. I don't know any closed boat ramps. I want to thank the governor personally for getting those open. A lot of local people want to keep them closed, but he told them to go and open them up, and that was good. So we remember though, St. Joe State Park, you only get 8 trailers in there. Apalachicola under the bridge is open, and as far as I know, everything is open. So that's a big deal. Let's see, we're about to run out of time. A couple other things we wrote down. Make sure when you're moving your boat and anchor it, we're talking about boating safety, make sure you anchor it with the bow facing the water. I know that sounds crazy, but that's a situation people don't do sometimes. So be safe like that. I've got all kind of electronics going off. Siri, she scoops up some of our information. Make sure on that Ray Neighbors talked about all those brim. Make sure if you brim fish, you're just going to keep the ones you want to eat and maybe give some away, and then start releasing brim if you're not going to eat them. This time of year, it ain't easy to limit out, so we don't freeze them like we used to. This will be a great weekend in outdoors, and keep me posted, send me pictures and all. We show the pictures sometime next week. So y'all have a great weekend. Do something good for your fellow man. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.